Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back. My name is David Ruther, and I am here to help you with all of your questions about the voice, speaking, music, anything you want to talk about. I will listen. I am here for you, and if I don't know the answer, well then guess what? We can figure it out together. Today I'm going to be explaining complete vocal technique, which sounds very complete, before I did speech level singing, and then I did Estelle training as well, Joe Estelle vocal technique as well, and today I'm going to be doing complete vocal technique. Again, I'm going to be looking down at my screen, but I will keep eye contact with you, I promise. But I'm going to be reading some stuff because I'm not versed in this as well. I've heard about it, but I'm going to show you kind of today how all three of the videos that I've put up, this being the third, that they're kind of all the same. It's just how they're using it and what vocabulary they are using it in. So complete vocal technique was actually introduced and come up with a woman named Catherine Sadolin in 1992, although they say that it didn't really take effect until she wrote a book, and that was 2005. And now she has a school, complete vocal technique school in Denmark. And she said when her story is when she was a little girl, she was diagnosed with asthma, so her doctor said, why don't you get her some singing lessons so she can, gain control of her breath and strengthen her lungs, which is a great thing. I myself was diagnosed with asthma when I moved out to California when I was 8 years old, and I wound up in the hospital with pneumonia, and then the doctors are like, he has asthma, and my parents are like, no, he doesn't, his brother has asthma, and they're like, nope, he has asthma. And so that's been kind of my life. And yeah, singing has really helped with that. So I get what she's trying to come up with. She said she was really confused with what other vocal instructors were telling her, which is, we can all relate. We've all been there. And so they say that she came up with this vocal technique. Now, again, here is a disclaimer. I am not going to give my opinion about this. I'm just going to give you the sheer facts. But I also want you to know that I'm going to be comparing it to the others as well, and I'm not going to be saying which one is better or which one is worse. All of these techniques that I have discussed and given you facts about, I need you to come up with it. I need you to come up with the solution. I need you to come up with what is best for you. And maybe none of these techniques are. Because I haven't even talked about bel canto or cantare scalarum, or any of the other, vocal techniques that are out there. But when we are discussing this, we have to keep every single technique in play. Every single one. Not just one is going to be the end-all be-all. And I think I said that before in the last video. So getting on to complete vocal technique. So she claims that you can have any sort of use with your voice as long as you use 4 main principles, and that being the overall principles, vocal mold, sound color, and effect. And then there are 3 principles that come into it as well. I don't know. I'm just going to read it to you, and then I'm going to try to explain it. So the three overall principles are support, necessary twang. Have we heard that before? I think we have. And avoiding protruding the jaw and tightening the lips. So avoid that, and then you're supposed to be like relaxed and tighten the lips. Okay? That's what I see. Now, as in Estelle vocal training, she has the vocal qualities, the 6 vocal qualities, which are speech, falsetto, sob, twang, opera, and belt. As in complete vocal technique, she has 4. This is neutral, curbing, overdrive, and edge. Neutral being where the larynx is like speaking, where we heard that before, speech level singing. And Estelle, yep, same thing. Curbing being like you're going up, so that I would say curbing is probably her rendition of twang, maybe, and a still vocal training. And then we have overdrive. I would say that that's probably like opera or like that sort of thing, or like, you know, very forward rock, like using the whole thing, using the entire mechanism of the voice. And then you have edge, which I think is probably her version of belting. Then it goes down to this thing, and it says choose sound color. You can either go really dark or you can go really light. So you're almost like going down a menu, and you're like, I would like that. I would also like that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then honestly, it does. And then at the end, it says choose an effect. And then your effects are distortion. It's like we're at Chipotle and we're like walking down the aisle, and we're like, okay, I would like this on it. I would this on it. Distortion, creak and creaking, rattle, growl, grunt, screams, vocal breaks, air added to the voice, vibrato, techniques for ornamentation. Now, the 3 overall principles: support necessary twang, avoid protruding the jaw, and tightening the lips. Okay? So, obviously they're going to have exercises for this as well. But as I've pointed them out, that the eye contact, back, the neutral, the curbing, the overdrive, the edge, or falsetto, you know, belting, opera, twang, all of those things, all are there. Okay, they're all right there. And Catherine describes them, that saying that if you have any of these, that you can actually do it. And I watched this video with her on YouTube. You can look it up, and it's her kind of going through all of them, kind of going through all of the sounds, and then kind of explaining them and how she does it. She does this one scary one where it's like screaming, but she says it doesn't hurt the voice. Okay, and I would say that that's probably edge with a growl and grunt onto it and screams, that it doesn't hurt the voice. And she claims that she can do that probably by using the false vocal cords, like most people doing screaming and or a growl or grunt use with that false vocal cords, and it's a combination. I.e. Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler does that. Freddie Mercury. They were all able to do that without really, really hurting their voice, or have really good vocal technique in that as well. So, breaking this down, that is basically it for complete vocal technique. Now, as I said before, I'm just going to call them the acronyms SLS, EVT, and CVT. Which ones are best for you? I don't know. I honestly, I could not tell you. And honestly, I have put myself in your shoes. I have gone on the internet. I have taken the deep dive into YouTube. I have taken the deep dive into the blog about voice. I have taken the deep dive into what technique is best for you. And the only thing that I can come up with about what they all agree on is they all disagree. But all have very similar principles. They all have very similar stuff. But they say, no, do it my way. No, do it my way. No, you can do it my way, and my way will help. Do it my way, and my way will help. And you know what I say probably is the driving force of all of it? Is ego being one of them, the almighty dollar being the next one, and the fact that they are right, which I think has to do with ego, but me being right, or they have to be right. Why can't the singer be right? And if anybody has any sort of disagreement with anything that anybody says, I watched another video with this young man. He's a very, very, very knowledgeable young man. And he claims that he claims that speech level singing, he is not I don't do any of these techniques and blah, 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 but he's clearly speech level singing. You can see it in every single technique that he does, in every single exercise that he does, in every single thing he does. So he is bound by speech level singing. Okay? Now, is that good or bad? I don't know. But what is he going to try to put onto you? Is maybe speech level singing or a version of speech level singing. So when somebody says that, okay, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. You should do this, but you shouldn't do that. And they're saying it in technique form, like you should breathe from your diaphragm, but you should not breathe from your chest. And it's like, yeah, right, I breathe from my chest all the time. Like, look, watch. See, my chest goes up. I was breathing low, but it's not meaning that I was breathing from my diaphragm. It means I'm breathing with all of my muscles. So if somebody's telling you this, if somebody is trying to explain to you in any sort of way, do this, don't do that, run. Run for the door. Head for the hills. Do not watch it anymore on YouTube. Because what is happening is they're trying to sell you the rainbow, right? The treasure at the end of the rainbow, and they don't even know where it's at. They have no idea. They're just kind of throwing stuff out. It's over there, I think. No, maybe it's over there. No, it's over there. No, it's over there. And you can see it. It's there. It has its form. But where do we start and where do we end? Well, with singing, I can tell you that I've been singing for over 35 plus years. It never ends. The education never ends. The learning never ends, which is so amazing about it. The evolution of your voice never ends. Never ends, and it never stops. Now, I say, go with all of these. Check all of them out. Check all of these vocal techniques out. You can also check out bel canto if you're a classical singer. You can check out open throat technique, which is basically bel canto. You can check out what are some of the other ones. They have singing success, but that's just another version of speech level singing. Brett Manning studied under Seth Riggs. So then you can check out like Roger Love, but guess what? Roger Love also studied under Seth Riggs. What about Ron Anderson? All of these amazing vocal instructors. Who did they study under? Seth Riggs. But does that mean that Seth Riggs was it? Does that mean that speech level singing was it? No, because they went off and took what they learned from Seth Riggs and then tried to do their own thing and said, nope, what I'm doing is right. What I'm doing is correct. I also saw on there as well that one of these LA teachers, they said, oh, I can show you how straw phonation is the absolute worst for you. And they went into like 3 or 4 different things of why it is. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, I can show you 3 or 4 things why it is good for you. But I don't know if it's going to work for everybody. So let's not say that something doesn't work until you try it out. Can we please just give everything a chance? And if you don't like it, throw it out. If you do like it, apply it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that one person is bad and the other person is bad and this is bad and this is bad and blah, 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 right? No. I'm saying let's do this together. Let's go on this journey together and let's try to figure it out. Because whether you go with SLS, whether you go with, CVT, whether you go with EVT, whether you go with OTV, whatever it is, OTT, whatever it is, it has to be about you, and it has to come from you, and you have to connect to it. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want. So when I was coming up with my method and my method of teaching, and if you see it on my website or if you've gone to my website and seen it, you'll see that I call my method the way. And people are like, whoa, that's very egotistical of you. You must be really, the way. It's the only way, blah, 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 blah. No. And then if you keep reading, mine says, no, The way is the best way for the singer to figure out their voice. What is the best way for the singer to figure out their voice? Their beautiful, unique, and amazing voice. What is the best way? And that's it. And I will do everything in my power, everything with my knowledge, everything. But we have to check our egos at the door, people. We have to check them at the door. And we have to be open to just education and knowledge and find everything as a teachable moment. Everything is a teachable moment. And instead of criticizing or saying this is bad or this isn't bad, why don't we accept and say, take it in and say, wow, okay, let me digest that. All right, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So if you are like me, and you just kind of want to get down to the bottom of like your voice and what it is actually capable of and what you can actually do, and not put like stipulations on it and put, the control onto it, where you have to control it all the time. Maybe curbing, overdrive, and edge will work for you. Maybe twang, belting, opera will work for you. Maybe a lower larynx and staying in neutral position and going and bridging through the break or the passaggio is going to be good for you. Let's just figure it out. And let's do it in a positive manner. And let's do it without judgment or expectation and limitations that we put on ourselves. Let's do it with an open mind for knowledge, an open mind for practice. That's what it takes. It takes practice. It takes amazing just focus and discipline in order for you to figure out your voice. As always, I'm here to answer any of your questions. I wish you well on your vocal journey. I really do. I'm going to be here. I don't know why I just said that. I'm going to be here for you. If you have any questions, subscribe. Please click the subscribe on down there. And you can follow me on Instagram. I'll link below. You can follow me on my Facebook or my why can't I think of it? I'm thinking of it right now. Or my website. It's my website. So you can find me on all of those. I wish you a beautiful, healthy, and amazing singing day and just regular day. I will see you on the next video, and I look forward to talking to you. See you later.